If you are over 40 and looking at your bank account with a sense of quiet desperation, you are not failing because you are lazy. And you are not failing because you are lazy and plain. You are failing because you are playing a game designed to keep you broke. And you have been running the wrong software for 2 decades. Most men in their 40s assume that if they just work a little harder, get that next raise, or finally pay off the mortgage, the financial anxiety will vanish. But the truth is that your current habits are a cage of your own making. And by the time you finish this, you will realize exactly why your past effort has yielded so little progress. You wake up, you grind, you pay the bills, and at the end of the month, the balance is nearly the same as it was 30 days ago. It is the classic middle-class trap. You have climbed the ladder of your career, perhaps achieved the job title you once dreamed of, yet the feeling of security remains an elusive ghost. You see other men hitting their stride, yet you feel like you are perpetually treading water, waiting for a break that never seems to come. This is the common experience of millions of men across America who did everything they were told to do. They got the education, they stayed employed, and they maintained their lifestyle. Yet, they are one unexpected car repair or medical bill away from a total financial collapse. The secret reason you are broke is not a lack of income. It is the silent, invisible habit of lifestyle inflation that has been eroding your wealth since your 30s. Most men believe that as their career advances, their expenses should naturally follow. You get a raise, so you move to a better neighborhood. You get a bonus, so you lease a newer vehicle. You feel that you earned these things, that you deserve the comfort after years of struggle. But this is the fatal error. You have confused consumption with status, and in doing so, you don't have traded your relative freedom for present-day optics. You are paying for the image of success while actively sabotaging the reality of it. We have been conditioned to believe the great lie, that credit, financing, and leveraging our future income is the path to stability. We are told that owning a home is the ultimate investment, and that carrying a bit of debt is just the cost of doing business. This is the narrative that keeps the economy moving at the expense of your personal balance sheet. The reality is that debt is a weight that slows your reaction time to life's inevitable challenges. When you are leveraged, you lack the agility to pivot when the market shifts, or when your health demands a change. You are not building wealth. You're building a monument to your own liabilities. Before we dive deeper into the mechanics of your turnaround, I want you to consider your current monthly output. Take a moment to think about the primary drain on your capital that you label as a necessity. Most men will tell themselves that their spending is optimized, but they have never actually audited their impulses. If you are finding this perspective helpful and want to take control of your financial trajectory, consider subscribing to this channel for more deep dives into the psychology of money for men over 40. We focus on the reality of your situation, not the fluff you find on social media. The tension you feel right now is the gap between who you are and who you expected to be by age 40. If you ignore this gap, it will only widen. When you live paycheck to paycheck, even with a decent salary, you are essentially renting your life from your creditors. Every decision you make is filtered through the lens of what you can afford on a monthly basis, rather than what you can actually build for your long-term security. This creates a psychological ceiling on your life. You stop taking calculated risks in your career because you are afraid of losing the lifestyle you have built, which in turn prevents you from achieving the income level that would actually make you free. The solution is not to live like a hermit or to abandon the comforts you have earned. That is a recipe for resentment and eventual failure. Instead, you must implement a system of aggressive separation between your income and your identity. You need to treat your savings like an untouchable overhead expense, just like your rent or your taxes. Most men pay everyone else first: the landlord, the bank, the local restaurant, and then Look to see what is left at the end of the month. You must flip this script. You must pay yourself first. The moment the money hits your account, before the urge to consume even registers, start by defining your essential existence. What do you actually need to function at a high level? Separate your core needs from your lifestyle maintenance costs. The difference between those two amounts is where your future resides. By automating a fixed transfer into a high-yield vehicle, the moment you get paid, you effectively shrink your disposable income in a way that forces you to be more creative with your daily spending. This is not about deprivation. It is about constraints. Constraints force innovation. When you don't have the excess cash sitting in your checking account, you stop making unconscious choices that bleed your potential dry. There is a deeper level to this that most people never reach, and it involves the psychology of your time versus your money. After 40, your most valuable asset is no longer your ability to earn more, but your ability to protect what you already have. Many men fall into the trap of thinking they need to hit a home run with a risky investment or a new side hustle to pay it. They look for the silver bullet that will fix 20 years of drift in 20 months. This is a gambler's mindset, not an investor's mindset. The true wealth-building strategy for a man your age is the quiet, boring, and consistent accumulation of assets that do not require your active management. The realization you need to reach is that you have been competing with the wrong people. You have been benchmarking your life against the neighbors, the peers from college, and the curated lives you see online. This comparison is the single most expensive habit you possess. Every time you try to match the lifestyle of someone whose financial reality you do not know, you are essentially setting fire to your own retirement. True power in your 40s comes from the ability to say no to the things that do not move the needle on your long-term freedom. It is the power of silent, focused accumulation while the rest of the world is busy performing their success. You are at an age where you can no longer afford to be casual about your financial behavior. The runway is getting shorter, but it's not closed. If you stop the bleeding today by auditing your subscriptions, cutting the high-interest debt that acts as an anchor, and insulating your savings from your consumption, USP can change the trajectory of the next decade. Success at 45, 50, and beyond is not about chasing the next shiny object. It is about the discipline of the system you create. It is about understanding that the money you save today is not just cash. It is the version of you 10 years from now who does not have to worry about the cost of living. Look at your life as a business. You are the CEO, and your assets are the bottom line. If you were a business owner and you saw your expenses growing faster than your revenue, you would cut the fat without hesitation. Stop giving yourself the grace you wouldn't give a failing company. You have the experience, the wisdom, and the capability to turn this around, but you have to stop lying to yourself about where your money is going. The invisible leak is always the small, recurring, ego-driven expense that you justify as essential. Cut it, redirect it, and watch how quickly your sense of worth changes once you see actual progress in your account. You have spent years building a reputation and a career, but have you spent any time building a fortress for your future? If the answer is no, then start today. The process is simple, though. It is not easy. It requires a level of honesty that most men are afraid to face. But once you confront the numbers, the mystery evaporates. You will find that you have more control than you ever realized. It was never about the size of your paycheck. It was about the lack of a system to govern it. Take the system, apply it, and start protecting what is yours. The journey to financial clarity is not a sprint, and it certainly isn't a race against anyone else. It is a solitary pursuit of your own potential. Every dollar you choose not to waste is a future moment of peace you are buying. Every debt you eliminate is a chain you are breaking. You possess the capacity to pivot from a life governed by anxiety to one governed by intention. The tools are here, The path is clear, and the responsibility is entirely yours. You have the power to decide that this year is the final year. You live for the status quo. Now, take that first step toward your stability, and let the results speak for themselves. You owe it to your future self to stop settling for the financial struggle you have been trapped in for far too long.